Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right below. Right next to that subscribe button is a bell. Click that to get a notification every time I drop a new video. Alright y'all, so today I'm going to give y'all some really good Netflix suggestions. So we're in a pandemic. I know some of us are still quarantined or working from home, or currently may not be working right now, so we have a lot more free time on our hands. So that means binge watching. Let's jump right on into this list. Okay, so my first suggestion is When They See Us. So this is a drama, and it is written and produced by Ava DuVernay. I hope I said her last name right. So it is about the Central Park Five. Five young men. They were all at the park one night. Basically a wrong place at the wrong time situation. A crime happened. A woman was raped and brutally attacked. Boys ended up getting taken in and questioned and basically badgered by the cops. And the cops were forcing them to admit to killing, or excuse me, harming this woman. And they were like, what, 16? The oldest, I believe, was 16, and the youngest 13, 14, something like that. So no parents were around them, y'all. They had no parents. No parents were present. The cops were just badgering them, and basically they ended up going to jail. Now the youngest ones, I believe they ended up just going to a juvenile, and the oldest one, Corey, he went to prison with the adults. And his journey, oh my god, all of their journey is something, but Corey's journey, Corey Wise, that's his name. He has an episode all to himself, and y'all, you're gonna need a box of tissues to watch this series. It's very, very emotional, and it may be a bit too much and uncomfortable for some, but I do suggest that you try to fight through it and see it, because it is, we have to see this, y'all, especially, you know, black people. We have to see this documentary. So that's all I'm gonna say on it. It is called When They See Us. It is on Netflix. It's a limited series, so catch it before Netflix takes it down. Alright, the next one is 13 Reasons Why. Now this is a pretty popular series. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it already, but if you haven't, here's an overview. It is about a bunch of teenagers basically navigating through their lives. The main character, her name was Hannah Baker. Yeah, Hannah Baker. So after she takes her own life, she releases these tapes, and basically these tapes are there are 13 tapes, and each tape belongs to a person. So 13 Reasons Why is these are the reasons why she took her life, based off these 13 people. So each episode is a person's tape. So Hannah gives us a backstory and dives deeper into their relationship. So it's basically things that we hadn't seen on the show when she was alive and interacting with these people. She dives in deeper to their relationships while they're listening to the tapes, and we find out why they were a reason she took her life. And it's some other, you know, just teenage messiness and drama on that show as well. And I believe it's a good watch. It is a good watch. It has 3 seasons. I think it just wrapped up its last season, but definitely check out 13 Reasons Why. It's a great watch. Narcos. So disclaimer, Narcos is about drugs. It's about Pablo Escobar, drug kingpin, drug lord, whatever you call him. It's about him. And there's a Narcos and then a Narcos Mexico. I didn't watch Narcos Mexico. My husband watched that one. I just watched the regular Narcos. So it is about the story of Pablo Escobar and him being a drug lord, and then wanting to come up in politics, which I believe was his downfall, because that's when things started to fall completely apart. Like, the man had millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he was burying it in the ground. All of that money molded, y'all. It molded, and that is when it just started going downhill. All of his men started getting picked off one by one, and eventually let me not let me not give any spoilers. Never Have I Ever. So this is a pretty new show that Netflix just released. It's super cute. It's a teen type show. It's a comedy. I thought it was really cute. This group of friends, 3 girls, they basically make a pact to have sex. So they each of them seek out certain boys, and 2 of them ended up getting boyfriends before the main character. She gets in her feelings and she's like, okay, well, I gotta give me a boy. So she finally gets her crush Paxton, and he is on board for it. She basically is like, hey, I want to have sex, let's do this. He's like, okay. She's like, ooh. So so they start, you know, communicating or whatever, and it doesn't happen right away because she's totally like, she's clumsy, a little awkward. So I'm not gonna give spoilers on that either, but Never Have I Ever is such a cute little show. I definitely recommend you watch that. To All the Boys I Loved Before. This is also a teen comedy. This one is a movie instead of a series. So Laura Jean, she's the main character. She is a sophomore in the first one, and she is in love with her sister's boyfriend, but that's only temporary until she ends up with the guy who she's known from 2nd grade. They shared their first kiss in a spin the bottle game back in 7th grade. So she ends up in a fake relationship with him because he wanted to make his ex-girlfriend jealous, because I believe she broke up with him. So he decided to get in a fake relationship with Laura Jean to spite her, and Laura Jean agrees, and they end up falling for each other, and it's just such a cute movie. I feel love. Laura Jean honestly reminds me of myself when I was in school, so I just thought it was super cute. But yeah, they end up falling for each other. But yeah, it's a bunch of stuff in between as well, but I don't want to give away the spoilers. So To All the Boys I Loved Before, that's first part, and then there is a part 2. P.S. I still love you. So before watching part 2, of course, watch part 1. Okay, Grey's Anatomy. So Grey's Anatomy has 16 seasons, y'all. I am currently watching it. I'm not even done. I think I'm only on season 4, but I'm gonna go ahead and recommend it because so far so good, y'all. You're gonna need a box of tissues with this show too. Like on almost every episode I am crying, like literally tears streaming down my face, boohoo crying, because it is just so intense. It is so emotional, and I would say it's also educational as well. They do a lot of surgeries, they get a lot of different cases, some disasters happen, apartment buildings exploding, ferry boat accidents. It is just, this show is amazing. The acting is amazing. The storylines are amazing. It's so engaging, and it is addictive. It's 16 seasons, y'all, so there's plenty to binge watch. So Grey's Anatomy, get into it, y'all. Black Lightning. So Black Lightning was on a it was on a network. I cannot remember what network it was on. Grey's Anatomy was on network too, I think ABC. But Black Lightning was on a network and came on over to Netflix, and I binge watched all of it. That one has multiple seasons as well. It's basically about a black superhero family. So the parents are like pretty much on their last leg because the wife saw the husband almost die, and she made him promise that he just wouldn't put his suit back on no more, and he agreed. But they eventually end up having some issues because he decides to put his suit back on. And they have 2 daughters, and along the way the 2 daughters discovered that they have superpowers, and eventually they're gonna get, you know, suits made and get out there and do superhero stuff. I feel like it is a different kind of show to me, because I have yet to see like a black superhero family like that these days. So that intrigued me first and foremost. And then it was just a good show. All of their little, you know, issues and dramas mixed in there, along with the superhero-ness. It's great. So that is Black Lightning, y'all. It has multiple seasons. Get in on that. Pose is a LGBTQ show. I think I left off some letters. I don't remember the extra letters on there. All I know is LGBTQ. No offense. Pose is a LGBTQ show, and it is basically about different houses of drag queens. They go to this ball and they go there to compete for trophies in different categories, like princess of the ball categories. Then there's a Mother's Day category, and there's a they call it the body category, you know, when they come in there and show off their silhouettes or whatever. It's a very interesting and creative show. So that's the gist of it. The main character, Blanca was in her mother's house, but she decided she wanted to become a mother, so she formed her own house of Evangelista, and she went out and found her children and brought her children in the house, and they all competed in the balls, and she basically was their mother, and she encouraged them to make something of their lives, you know, go to school, you know, get a job, do something, but they cannot be in her house not doing nothing. And she ended up getting sick. I'm not gonna tell you how. Watch it, you'll find out how she gets sick. But yeah, that's really the gist of it. Blanca is the main character, and you have other supporting characters. You can follow along with their journeys as well. I shed a few tears watching that show as well. It's a very, very good show. I heard it won some Emmys, and it is very well deserved. The acting is good, the writing is good, the storylines are good. It was a very, very, very good show. All right, AJ and the Queen. So this show is a show by RuPaul. He, of course, is a main character. So in the show, he is a working drag queen who is saving up to build his own club. So he finally gets the money that he needs. However, his boyfriend that he's dating ends up taking his money. It was all a scam. He was a con artist. So then RuPaul had to pack up his bags and go on the road. But along the way, this young child ends up clinging to RuPaul because this young child's mother is, you know, strung out on drugs. So the child believes that if RuPaul can take her to her parents, her grandparents in Texas, then everything will be all good, and then the mom will come looking for her. Yeah, that's right. So their dynamic is pretty interesting. Y'all gonna have to watch that, because that little girl, she is something. So RuPaul ends up taking a little girl with her on the road with him, and he ends up, of course, falling for the little girl along the way. He grows protective of the little girl, and then the little girl, as tough as she comes out to be, she ends up getting a soft spot for RuPaul. Ruby Red, I believe that's the stage name that he went off of. AJ and the Queen, it's a really good show. RuPaul and the child's dynamic is something else, but it's also beautiful. So if you love RuPaul and if you love Drag Race, check out AJ and the Queen. Okay, Love is Blind. So this is a very, very, very popular show. I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama has heard about Love is Blind, but if you haven't, it is a dating reality show, and it's an experiment to see if love is actually blind. So it appears that these men and women live in these houses, and men are on this side, women on this side, and they meet up in these pods, right? And they talk for, I don't know how long they talk in these pods, but they talk and get to know each other, and if they form a connection, then they get engaged. But the gag is they cannot see each other. So all they do is talk and get to know each other and build the connection without the physical. Yeah. So if they make a match, or if they connect with each other, then they get engaged. And once they get engaged, then they see each other. Then they go on a honeymoon after they meet each other. And from the honeymoon, then they go home, and I believe they have 90 days before they get married. So they have to go home, adjust back into their lives, adjust into each other's lives, meet each other's family and all this and that. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to give away too much. This show is very interesting. It is very, very interesting. I love it. because I love love, and I love to see the interactions and the connections that were made. You're going to fall in love with some couples, and then other couples are going to make you cringe. So definitely recommend watching Love is Blind if you haven't seen it already. Another reality show is Too Hot to Handle. I'm not sure if this one is a dating show. These contestants or these people, they come from all over and they're in this house, and they're under the impression that they are there to hook up with some other hot people. But little do they know, they are only able to hook up the first 24 hours, I believe. However, they don't know that. So nobody hooks up within the allotted amount of time. Then after that, they are told that they can no longer hook up. They can't kiss, they can't have sex, they can't do anything. So if they violate the rules, then it costs everyone money. $100,000 is at stake. So every time somebody does something inappropriate, they lose money. Y'all, this one couple on there cost everybody so much money. It was so irritating but funny at the same time. Y'all should definitely watch Too Hot to Handle. Okay, The Circle, which is another reality show. However, it isn't a dating show. It's a social media competition. These group of people are in these apartments. They don't see each other. They do talk to each other, but it's through their computer or through the TV. They talk to each other through the TV, and they basically try to figure out who's catfishing and who's not. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but they won't find out that they're wrong until the person comes to see them. It's an interesting competition. It's my first time seeing a competition like that. It was definitely funny, and I kind of felt bad for the people who were being accused of catfishing, because most of the time they was wrong. But let me not give up all the show. It's called The Circle. Check it out. Hey friends, I'm sorry the last part of my video got deleted. But thumbs up if you like those suggestions. Also, thumbs up if you have seen some of the suggestions, or maybe all of them, and comment down below and tell me what you think about the shows. Tell me what you think about the suggestion, and if you have any suggestions for me, leave them down below in the comment section. And do not forget to like, comment, and share this video, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you guys in the next video.